Namaste, greetings and good wishes to all present at this celebration of Honor the Aged Week at the ABH. This is an annual event in our home, and this year it runs from Monday the 27th September to Sunday 3rd October. We get groups of musicians, comedians, cultural artists, and others to provide good entertainment to our residents. There are also daily feasts for our residents during this entire week. These are sponsored by very kind-hearted souls who provide delicious food and drinks. Soft drinks, I mean. Honor the Aged is a very special week. Now, only a silly person like me will ask you the following silly question. How many days are there in a week? 7. Will you agree? I can well understand that some of you may not know which day of the week it is today, but I think all of you will agree that there are 7 days in the week, correct? No, not quite. For very busy businessmen, for example, there are always too few days in a week. They would wish that a week should have at least 10 to 12 days. But no, there are only 7. Such people try to add more hours to each day to finish the work that they have to. They will wake up very early in the morning and start planning their work at about 3:30. Since they cannot add days to a week, they add more hours to their day. On the other hand, if you are very sick or you are bored doing nothing, you may feel that there are 14 days in a week, when in fact there are still only 7 as for all other people. Many of you who are very elderly and certainly retired may be experiencing this. Why am I telling you all this? It is for one very good reason. At the ABH, there is one very long week in the year. Honor the Aged Week at the ABH does not have only 7 days. It has 365. We agree that the celebrations may last for only 7 days. The fun and the feasts may be only for 7 days, but the honor lasts for 365 days. We have a culture here at the ABH by which we try to honor our aged every single day that they are present amidst us. This is not because we never know how long they're going to be with us, but because every day that they are with us gives us reason enough to honor them. We do not want to honor them only for 7 days in a year, but for every day of the year. Now, dear elders present here today, you know and I know that that's an ideal ABH would love to strive for, but in reality, it does not just happen so easily. All the nurses and nursing assistants here, all the caregivers and cleaners who work here, all the kitchen staff at the back, and all the admin staff below, as much as they may try to keep that ideal in mind, they will still come short on the occasional off day. We are all human you know. We are bound to falter. We may not be able to maintain the honor to our aged continuously for the whole of this long, long week that I am talking about. Many of us may slacken and pay half their attention to you while the other half on their family at home, or on the one that they are soon going to marry. It cannot be helped. That is bound to happen. Life is like that. It is on such off days, my dear elders, that your age will be truly tested. I mean, your maturity, to see whether you really are worthy of all the honor that you get. Will you forgive your daughters, that is, our nurses, caregivers, and cleaners? Will you forgive them and still remain patient and unruffled, cool and calm? This is a difficult question. You may manage it on most days, but not on every occasion. For, like your ABH daughters, you too are only human. Beloved residents, this brings me to the most important point of my message to you. To err is human. To forgive is divine. We are human when we make mistakes, either when some of us slip up in the standard of care they provide, or when you lose your patience and curse them for these slip-ups. That is when it really helps us to remember two things. One, that our caregivers can and will have that off day because something at their home did not go right, or their boyfriend may have found someone else. And two, that you, the elders, may be having an off day yourself because someone did not switch off the light or did not switch on the light at the right time, or left the door wide open and the cold wind blew into the ward the whole night. Now, when these two off days happen on the same day, what happens? The nurse spills the tea on your blouse when serving you, and you lose your head and yell at her. And so life's drama plays out. Your bad day becomes worse for you, and the nurse's bad day becomes a nightmare for her. Dear elders, tell me, what happens to the honor at times like these? I'm sorry, it goes down the drain. You lose it, and the nurses lose it. What we then see is an ugly scenario that only human beings are capable of enacting. The human element comes to the fore in both the resident and the nurse. This is where the nurse's honor for you and your honor for the nurse get really challenged. If you can remain cool and forgive the nurse on her off day, you have come out trumps. You become worthy of being honored by all the nurses at ABH. And similarly, if the nurses are able to forgive you on your off day, they become worthy of being honored by every resident at ABH. Dear elders and dear nurses, we are one family. That is what I have been trying to put across to you from the very beginning of this talk. Honor the aged includes honor the nurses and caregivers. It is a double-sided agreement. If we can all grasp this, then we shall live together happily for many a day, till we are naturally separated by that day which is sure to come to all of us, whether we are residents or nurses. May I tell you something very startling about honor? Honor is something that we earn through our behavior. I am reminded of a saying that appeared on our catering chat recently. It said, "Knowledge will give you power, but character will give you respect and honor." Honor does not come freely on our plate. It is honorable acts that bring honor, be it by residents or by the nurses. I believe that honoring the aged is only possible side by side with honoring the nurses. The two are inseparable. This week is special to the aged, yes, but implicit in that is that it is also very special to the nurses and caregivers. Both have to learn to appreciate each other. Both have to learn to cooperate with each other. Both need to learn to sacrifice a bit of their ego. And both need to find their peace of mind by working with each other. At ABH, we understand this flow of honor in both directions, from nurses to residents and residents to nurses. Only under such a condition do we get to know what it means to give honor and to receive honor. Thank you, dear elders, and thank you, dear nurses and caregivers. The ABH wishes both of you a very happy Honor the Aged Week. Thank you.